Senor Batman, Senor Batman, Senor Batman, Senor Batman, Senor Batman, Senor Batman, Senor Batman.
Hola, senors, it is I, Senor Batman, and I am here, down here, with your week 3 wrap-up. No time to waste, it's already week 4, because the week's starting already. Little late this week. Let's get to the wrap-up right off the bat. Week 3 is here. Let's start it off with the big matchup. Two high-scoring teams this week in week 3. Tinker McTinkerton versus Slay City Slayers. Tinker McTinkerton edges out the victory 150.92 to 147.72. What happened? Well, it was close, just like it was projected to be. Oh, shit. My mask. Alright, anywho. Drake May. Quarterbacks. Caleb Williams, 37.12 points. Drake May, 23.22, but huge week for Caleb Williams. Go to running backs. Jahmyr Gibbs and Kyron Williams did very good. Jonathan Taylor went bonkers, but here's where it starts to get a little different here. Drake London and Keenan Allen, 8 and 16, but only 2.3 from Malik Neighbors. Not very good. Pickens still pretty good, 15.3, but Neighbors really screwed him. Tight end also screwed him, only 3.8 from Jonnu. Hampton finally had a good week after Najee Harris, leg exploded. And that's how it kind of shook out. Next up. Oh, let me go back to this. So Tinker moves to 2-1. Slay City moves to 1-2, which I'll show you why that's interesting in a minute. Next up, Bohex Pitt versus Damn Daniels. Bohex Pitt, Damn Daniels. He fucking slapped the living shit out of you. He just he shat on you and then teabagged you. Like, disgusting. 124.52 to 68.40. What happened? Well, you know what? Let's not even worry about Bohex's team. His team did fine. There's nothing to talk about. Jake Browning, 7.9 for Damn Daniels. Saquon Barkley only 7.5. 9.7 for his boy, Javonte Williams, who had been so good for him up to this point. BTJ is not very good. Take a look. 8.5, 6.9, 6.5. He is not getting it done. Sorry, I have a little mask complications today. Anyways, Mike Evans at least got him a touchdown before he went out in that game. And Trey McBride, solid, got a touchdown. That's good for him. 2.3 only from Zay Flowers, 3.7 from his kicker, -4 from his defense. And when you have that shitty of a week, that's what's going to happen. So, Bohex Pitt gets the victory, moves to 2-1. Dan Daniels to 1-2. Fear Boner trying to get his first victory of the season against the undefeated You Like That? Came close, but 126.92 to 122.72. Just came shy, couldn't do it. What happened? Well, I'm going to show you the biggest thing. CeeDee Lamb, 0 points on the week, gets hurt, no catches, no targets. That's really all we need to say here. If that does not happen, Fear Boner has his first victory. But even with CeeDee Lamb, would argue is his best player, having a bad week, so to speak, even with that happening, still was able to come within 4 points. If You Like That, who is currently an undefeated team. After 2 bad weeks, he shows that he can put up the 120 points. Some good matchup. Obviously, Mark Andrews has to get in 2 touchdowns every week. But, hey, A.O. Manor's starting to come on. Jalen Waddle's starting to come on. 32 from his defense. I mean, it was a perfect week other than CeeDee Lamb. And, so close. But no victory for him. He goes to 0-3. Next up, Bill Cosby versus Hail Marys. Bill Cosby gets the victory, 119.62 to 81.8. Justin Herbert's not as big a game as you'd like. On this side, Bo Nix also did have a great game. 4 only from Chase Brown. I mean, literally this was a tale of players blowing up and players not blowing up. And really where I think the biggest differentiator was, where did I see it? Oh, David Montgomery on Monday Night Football, 28.9 points. Just a huge week for him. Meanwhile, you got players like Tyreek doing just okay. Krosky Merritt, solid. Kamara with a bad week. McMillan finally comes back down to earth, kind of after, not come down to earth, but he'd been doing pretty good. Not so good against Atlanta. Looks like the rookie's kind of struggling a little bit all of a sudden. Tyler Warren, I should say, he just didn't have a good week. I mean, just was kind of a down week for some of these players. He only gets 81 points and a loss. He goes to 1-2. Bill Cosby also at 1-2 gets his first victory of the season. High quality H2O versus Osama Bin Laden. This was my matchup of the week going into the week. But high quality H2O stays undefeated, 120.48 to 106.12. Osama Bin Laden moves to 1-2. What happened? Well, Josh Allen did great. Derrick Henry fumbled again, still solid score. But where it really starts to kind of show up is Sam Laporta, only 5 points. James Conner gets hurt, only 5 points. 0 points from his kicker, but he only got 3 on this side, so it didn't really matter. Honestly, he was just pretty consistent top to bottom. All double digits you're seeing here. And, then he's got the few of those. And that was kind of the big difference there. He only lost by 14. So, high quality issue trucks on. After not being even in the playoffs last year. Undefeated so far this year. Finally, 2 teams that lost last week. It Hurts When I Dicker versus Kurosawa's Akira. Well, it was a motherfucking beat down extraordinaire. Because, we already got our first name change here in week 3. Because It Hurts When I Dicker knocked the paints off him. 155.54. High score for the week. 72.68. Not a good week. What happened? Well, again, this is kind of like that other matchup. Michael Penis again. 3.78. Terrible. Trash. Marvin Harrison Jr., he is nothing like his father because he's only got 5.9 points. That is trash. DJ Moore got a touchdown, but other than that, not much. Not much at all. Travis Kelce, 4.6. Trash. Troy Franklin after the big week last week. Trash. Reed Shaheed after last week. I think he had an okay week the week before. Yeah, 13.2 points. Trash. Only 6.2. Defense kicker, not so bad, but, just trash. Really, Michael Penix, you get your quarterback gets only 3.78 points. You're having a bad week. Okay, you're having a trash week. And that's that. Let's go down to the standings. Let's see if I can get this up here. All right, there we go. First place, tied for first, is High Quality H2O, and you like that. It Hurts When I Dicker is third place. McTinkerton in fourth, and Bohax Pitt in fifth. Sixth place is the wild card based on points. That is right now Slay City Slayers. He has about let's call it a 15-point lead over Osama Bin Laden. 16-point lead, whatever. Bill Cosby right behind him. Damn Daniels down in 9th. 10th, Hail Marys. Kurosawa's Akira's at 11th. And Sphere Boner, only team with no victories this season. Where is my cellular device to take a look at the points for the year? Actually, hold on. Let's see. We're gonna do this. We're doing it live. We're doing it live, guys. We're doing it live. Fuck it. We're doing it live. All right, we're live. All right, here we are. Power rankings. Your number 1 team in the power rankings is Slay City Slayers. Keep in mind, he's your wild card team. He's your wild card team right now. He would be 26-7 if he faced every single team every single week. Then you got High Quality H2O, who's the actual leader. It Hurts When I Dicker. Osama Bin Laden, who's currently out of the playoffs, would be your 4th team. You Like That, who's currently undefeated, is 5th. Then you got Tinker in 6th. Bohax Pitt is your 7th place team, which, if we go back, is your 5th place team currently. So he would be out of the playoffs if it was by, power rankings. Damn Daniels right behind him. Kurosawa's Akira's, Hail Mary. Bill Cosby in 11th, who is, I think, he's right outside the playoffs right now. And then Fear Boner, no matter which way you slice it, he would be still your last place team, but he did narrow that gap. Okay? So that's there. High scores. There is 3 new high scores added to the list. It Hurts When I Dicker is your now second highest score on the season. Tinker has your third. Slay City's got your fourth, and then fifth is still Slay or High Quality Shuo from last week. So Osama's in line still is your first place team. Well, this is interesting. So you can kind of see in this graph right here where I'm circling. So green is high scorer each week. League median is this blue, and then red is the low scorer. So if you look on the green, it starts kind of here, it goes down, and it comes back up. So, you know, week 2, the high score was 140. Week 1, it was 156. Week 3, it was 155. So high score so far has been between 140 and 155, let's just call it. Median score, though, I want to put this out there. Week 1, it was down at 106. Then it went up to 111. Now it's 121. It is getting higher. You need to score more. We are in full speed ahead, of the league. As the week has gone by on, teams are scoring more points. Low score, started up way high at 82, went down to 70, went down to 68. So it's getting lower on the lower end as well. Something interesting to see there. Just little stats. This is a little thing showing kind of a scatter plot of... Yeah, so this kind of shows what's going on. So, like, close victories are all here in the middle. Slugfests are up here. Pillow fights down here. Blowouts down here. So there's not been a ton of blowouts. A lot of these are close. So that's pretty good. That's showing that everything's very competitive here. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I wanted to show there. As far as a preview show, I will do that this weekend. Tomorrow, Saturday, even Sunday morning. Not going to do that right now. Gonna recharge. I did this one day late, so we're going to do the preview show also a day late. I'm trying to do it before the Thursday Night Football, but it's not going to happen right now. You're like, Senor, do it right now. Fucking no, I don't want to. Okay? I don't have to do what you tell me. You don't pay me. I do this out of by good of my own heart, all right? So I don't have to do shit, all right? So that's your week 1 wrap up, all right? Like, so, kind of crazy stuff. We got, it's only week 3 is only in the books. We're on the week 4. We'll see where everything shapes. I mean, after this week, I think is when you 4 weeks in, 3 weeks in, 4 weeks in, I'm going to say 4 weeks in. That is when you really start to kind of figure out, all right, who's really good, who's kind of sneaking around, who's, just sticking up there. I remember one year Bohack was up in the top, and it was like, come on, he's not even that good. Oh, real quick. Most points scored on the season. This is my last stat before I say goodbye. Most points scored on the season, that's Slay City Slayers, 392.4. He's got actually a pretty big lead on that. He's got a pretty solid lead on that. Most points scored against, also Mr. Slay City Slayers, which would explain why he's in 6th place and is not currently in on record. He's 1 and 2. So, 6 teams right now of the 12 are 1 and 2. So I'll fix my mask, and then I will be back next time in the next coming days for your week 4 preview show. So until then, I bid you